This year I voted for Itamar Ben-Gvir. The last time I did too. I hope he will attract Netanyahu to the right, so that Netanyahu doesn't go with the centrists and leftists. I hope he passes.
I'm doing my duty as a citizen, and I hope that these elections will be the last ones for the next 4 years.
For more, we can cross to Jerusalem and speak to our correspondent Iris Mackler, who's standing by outside of a polling station. Iris, voter turnout is really going to be the crucial factor for all parties in this election.
That's right. I'm standing at the polling station closest to where I live, where, as you can see, it's a very slow morning, it seems. And that's the fear of all the parties. I've heard 3 parties warning for the past 3 days, including this morning, saying to their voters, get out and vote. It's urgent. It's a crisis. And the reason they're saying that is that the polls show that once again it's deadlocked, a slight favouring to the right wing led by Benjamin Netanyahu, but he still cannot put together a government. So in this case where it's so tight, suddenly factors like voter turnout are really, really significant. And the flip side of voter turnout, which is the electoral threshold, if a party falls below the electoral threshold, won't get 4 seats, that could also determine this election. So every vote is being fought for, and the voters are pretty tired. So not all of them will turn out, despite the exhortations of the parties.
And Iris, just how likely is a Netanyahu comeback, and why does he still have so much influence on Israeli politics?
It's fascinating, isn't it, how Israel's longest-serving prime minister is still the dominant political figure here. And many of the parties, their platform seems to be, and I quote, just not Netanyahu, just not Bibi, they say, using his nickname. So it's interesting because he's incredibly popular, particularly with his base, but so polarising that there are parties that refuse to sit with him. Israel's moved to the right, like we see in Europe actually, but the Israeli voting public has moved to the right. And what that means is that he's the natural leader, but all these parties refuse to sit with him. And so that's why we've seen this stalemate with 5 unprecedented 5 elections in 3.5 years, and actually a serious discussion about the possibility of a 6th election in May 2023 if Netanyahu can't cobble together 61 seats, which is the majority in a parliament of 120.
We'll have to see how it goes. Israeli voters already tired, maybe going to be even more tired if we look to a 6th election. Iris, thank you very much for that update. France 24's Iris Mackler in Jerusalem.